And welcome back, everyone. We are back with the Dragon Ball What Ifs. And we're starting out with the one from 2B, Cereal, You Think Like Cereal. That was two people. Was one, 2B Cereal, You Think Like Cereal. Who asked the question, what if Broly, Goku, and Vegeta landed on Beerus' planet? Okay, so for this What If to kind of even start, we need to play around with some things real quick here. One, they're not arriving all at the same time. That's just not how that can work. Because Broly was thrown on the planet first, then Goku, then Vegeta was off world when planet Vegeta was destroyed, and then Goku was sent off just as it was destroyed. Which means theoretically the order should be Broly, Vegeta, Goku. However, Vegeta was already off being a part of Frieza's forces at that point. So I imagine Vegeta is actually the last to show up on Beerus' planet. So it would go Broly, Goku, Vegeta. But how the hell do they end up on their world? Because they're technically in a completely different part of the universe. And I don't just mean like the universe. I mean, here's that part of the universe, and now separate it, the macro kind of universe over it. They're there. So how do you make that work? Well, between things like wormholes, magic that exists, and just random happens chance, I could see a scenario where that happens. So Broly shows up on the world first. Now, I have done what if Broly landed on Beerus' planet? What if Goku's landed on Beerus' planet before? But I haven't done it all. So Broly lands, and Beerus would be asleep right now. So Whis is like, oh my, what do we have here? The child, the Saiyan child. Huh. Sadly for Paragus, he ain't gonna be a part of this. So he just gets lost on Vampa and then just dies sad and hungry alone. Maybe even eats it beat. Which we don't know they didn't do that, let's be honest. Anyway, or he's just sad and alone, just wants revenge, and will probably never get it. Broly, that's like, it's like, it's okay. So he starts being like, I suppose I should find this Saiyan child a home. Let's see here. Oh, Vegeta. No, but and maybe because time works differently there, he's there saying, oh, Planet Vegeta. Why? How did you make it all the way out here? Well, I suppose I should. He sees Frieza. Frieza. Oh dear. Well, I suppose that. Boom. Oh, I suppose that's out of the question then. Well then, little one, I suppose I'll have to take care of you until I find a suitable home now, won't I? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And then, he's just taking care of Broly, making sure he's got enough to eat, and then all of a sudden he hears a oh my, another one. 2 in 1 week. My word. Well then, just I was like, oh, aren't you a little rambunctious? Yeah. He sees Broly. He's kind of like, and he's like, no fighting you two, at least not right now. I was like, and then so starts feeding Goku, and Goku bows out. Like Goku, even though he hit his head and forgot who he was, did seem to just generally be a good-hearted individual. His dad was retconned and super to that too. So he's not going to be evil or anything like that. Now, it would take a few years later, but maybe like you have Kid Goku now, at least short and Broly, Goku, Broly, Broly, a little short guy, but they're at least capable of talking. And I can even see we starting to like train him in self-defense. Like, well, whenever we find you a new home, you're going to have to know how to defend yourselves. Now, being Saiyan, you're naturally inclined to war. You're naturally inclined warriors. Still, I'm going to try to teach you to be something better than that. And so they are practicing. And Whis quickly notices Broly's temper. It's like, no, Broly. It's like, sorry. It's all right. This is fun. It is fun. And Broly's like smiles. It is fun. And then all of a sudden, huh? It's like, my word. How did I end up here? Where am I? Oh my. And if you just keep coming, don't you? How on earth do you get here? I was like, forget about it. Where are you? Like, where am I? Who are you? And then he just looks like, wait a minute. I recognize you, because there is that at least anime scene of him seeing the King Vegeta being put on his knees by Lord Beerus, and basically just like kind of like putting his foot to him, just and recognizing, wait, yeah, I recognize you. He's like, oh, that's right. You're young Vegeta, Prince Vegeta, aren't you? Oh, well, welcome. This is Lord Beerus' planet. Uh, what am I doing here? I was going somewhere to go conquer a planet and name it Frieza. Now I'm here. What's going on? It's like, that's a good question. Somehow Saiyans have been finding their way here for years now. What more Saiyans are here? You. What's going on? Oh, I'm Goku. Probably Whis named it Goku because he doesn't. Actually, there might be enough in the pod to know. I was like, oh, this is Kakarot. This is Broly. It's like, we need to go. And it's like, well, I mean, if you have a home for them, I suppose you can take them, Prince Vegeta. Although you yourself are still a young one. Don't you belittle me? It's like, oh, not at all. I'm not belittling you. And he's just like, yeah, dude. But you're still very young and inexperienced. You should really take your time here. After all, from what I can tell, you're working for Frieza, aren't you? And be honest, do you like working for Frieza? Of course I don't. He's the one who destroyed our planet. I hate him. It's like, that little temple of yours we'll have to deal with. But if you'd like, you can stay here for now. Train with Goku and Kakarot and Broly until you feel you've reached, feel you've learned enough, or until we can find somewhere else to put you. Training under the angel who intended of the god of destruction. Very well, perfect. All right, I accept. And so they spend next many years training with each other. Now, turns out how strong they may be. They would be well beyond their Kami counterparts, way beyond. Because Whis is training them, and maybe even training them at least initially in the idea of God Ki. Now, do they reach God Ki? Probably not. Broly does, between the three of them, have the most innate potential. Like, we saw just Broly's innate potential outclassing their God training. So, with training, Broly is arguably the strongest of them. But that being said, that doesn't mean he's going to start out. I mean, he's even got the strongest base, arguably. Although we don't know what his actual base is. When they did his power level on Vampa, it was like 9 something. And it's because he was tired and probably had just transformed to the Great Ape. Excuse me. Goku's got the biggest hill to climb, but he's also got the biggest room to grow. Vegeta arguably is the strongest base form-wise right now, but that would change very quickly. I'm not going to go into bother to say power levels, because by the time we are dealing with individuals with power levels, they're going to probably be eclipsing them. Vegeta, though, is trying to take charge of the group, and they're not having it very much. Like, bro's like, no, I don't have to listen to you. Like, I am your prince. I am the one who says what happens and what doesn't. You will obey me. It's like, no, I won't. Oh, you can't. How dare you hit me? I swear I'll say you. And then Goku's like, that's enough. Come on, we don't have to fight. It's like, back off, low class. Hey. He's like, fine, Broly, you want to go? Fine, let's do this, Broly. And they're like taking on Vegeta, who's doing his best. This is early on in the fight. But he's like, how am I keeping up? He's a low class. And the boss of them, I am a Saiyan elite, a super elite. I am the prince of all Saiyans. So they spend the next couple of years kind of whittling down Vegeta's ego. And Vegeta kind of comes in, they're strong. I'll have to accept that for now. I will never accept the fact that I am the prince, or I'll never not be the prince. But I can accept their strength, and I can use that. We can use it to finally take Frieza and restore our race to its rightful place. And as they're training, they blow up a tree, and all of a sudden they hear huh? Whis? Who exactly are these monkeys? Now, he doesn't mean it in a racist way. He just sees their tails like, they're Saiyans. Why are Saiyans on my world? Oh, well, I landed here by accident, Vegeta. How? Landed here? How on earth could Saiyans have managed to find their way here? Especially given a location. Oh, it's very, I was looking into that. It seems, at least with Broly and Kakarot here, they had a wormhole that managed to launch them here. As for Prince Vegeta, The specifics are still sketchy, even by him. All we know is there was a great explosion. The supernova probably flung his ship off course and landed somewhere in the nebula near another wormhole. At least that's the theory. Either way, why are they here? Send them back already. I'm afraid I can't do that. Their planet's been destroyed. What? Destroyed? By who? By Frieza. Oh yes. If I remember correctly, I did task him with doing that. Such an irritant. And so what? Are you just letting them stay? Oh, I mean, even training them, Lord Beerus. After all, you've been asking for a good sparring partner. I figure it's two birds, one stone. They can get stronger to protect themselves, and you can have an adequate challenge. You really think these Saiyans have what it takes to match up to my strength? And meanwhile, every one of them are like, whoa, who is this? And Vegeta's like, it's Lord Beerus. He's awake. Lord Beerus? In the Common Destruction. I remember his power makes Frieza look like child's play. None of us could even take him on. Not we're not even close to his strength. And to be fair, because they're training Whis, they at least can sense God Ki. So they even says like, whoa. Lord Beerus, can I fight you? And it's like, oh my, very forward, aren't you, Kakarot? Yeah, I really would. It'd be really cool to train. I know I'm not a match for you. I just want to test my strength to see where I'm at with you. I was like, really? Yeah, well, you're right about one thing. There's no way you can beat me at your level. Still, it might be fun to spar a little bit. Tell me, do you two want to take a crack at it too? And Broly's just like, sure. But Vegeta's like, oh, don't worry, Prince Vegeta. Yes, I remember you and your father. You can sit back and watch while the real boys come and fight. All right then, boys, take your best shot. Yeah. I must admit, even though their power isn't that great, you're right, Luis, they certainly have potential. Like he's literally moving so fast that he's blocking simultaneously, like two punches at the same time, and all of a sudden he feels a, oh, don't you dare underestimate me! I am Prince Vegeta! The Prince of all Saiyans! Or I am Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans! And I will not be underestimated by anyone, not even you, Lord Beerus! It's like, well, that's the spirit. Well, I think that's enough. Since I'm already up, I might as well get a bite to eat. Keep up the training. It's true, you do have potential. I'm getting a quick snack and then I'm going back to bed. See you in a couple more years to see what your growth is like. And so, they're both like, oh, we got your ass kicked. But you fared much better than I thought. What do you mean? We couldn't even land a hit. Indeed, but you caught Lord Beerus' interest, and that's what's important. Now then, up we at 'em. And so they spent many more years until they're basically into their adolescence, probably young adults. And we cut forward back to what's going on Earth right now, when they might be showing up. Because they're not going to be on Earth yet, at least not right now. So what's happened? Well, the story of Dragon Ball goes about the same, except Goku's not there. When Bulma shows up, she meets Grandpa Gohan. He agrees to give her the Dragon Balls. Like, oh, very well, then here you go. And you're pretty strong, old man. You want to come with me? Well, I have been cooped up in this house for some time, and while it's beautiful out here, a little adventure now and then can't hurt. And so he goes with Bulma, meets Roshi. They get the Dragon Ball. Oolong just gets his ass whooped. Yamcha gets his ass whooped. Boss Carrot probably gets his ass whooped. I don't even think the peel-off gang really do much. So Bulma gets her wish. What is Bulma's wish? The perfect boyfriend. That wish can... And you could argue it brings her Vegeta, but he can't really affect... He's not strong enough to do anything to Beerus. Shenron even is scared as shitless of Beerus. So it's just like, So... He just, fine, and he just, the Yamcha's like, very well, your wish is granted. Fairly well. Well, he's not here. It's like, hey. And so what happens is he kind of alters Yamcha a little bit. Like, Yamcha probably wouldn't be a bad boyfriend if, he just altered a bit of his personality, because he is kind of a douchebag, let's be honest. At least a bridge Yamcha is. And apparently... main series Yamcha is too. I believe it's said that he may have cheated on Bulma, which why would you do that? I don't know. But anyway, and so then you get the martial arts tournament with Goku not there and Krillin being his only student. Roshi enters, beats Krillin. There you go. Then you get the Red Ribbon Army arc, which unfortunately there's not much to say on that because Goku's not going like one man armying this. He most likely they would take over the world. Actually, no, they wouldn't take over the world. He wanted them so he could be taller, but then the other guy who wanted to take over the world killed him. So I think the Red Ribbon Army takes over the world. But that being said, I mean, their military force is so great that all the world's armies other armies wouldn't necessarily win. It'd be like the truest form of World War. So it's kind of doesn't change everything. Now it's like the next tournament sponsored by the Red Ribbon Army. And so Tien ultimately becomes the champion. Doesn't get his arc, so he's still an asshole. Then you would have the King Piccolo arc. Now, King Piccolo then would rule the world and basically just wreck the Red Ribbon Army and start destroying things. And everyone would start living in fear. Now, this is important because this is because I'm low on battery, we're going to end part 1. It's going to be short, but we'll get to more of it in the next parts. But 2, where I think we see Goku and Vegeta and Broly come into play. Whis is, dealing, training them up. And at this point now, I think they actually have gotten God Ki, at least the initial God form down. It's mild. It's not even as strong state as what we get with the patchwork version, but it is God Ki nonetheless. They are probably like the equivalent of like Super Saiyan 2 or something like that in the Buu Saga, which is insanely powerful at this point. It's Divine Ki. Now, it's, again, just training with it, all that. They got to do that. But it's like, well, I think it's time to do a little field test. Field test? What do you mean? Yes, what are you talking about, Whis? You see, it's not just important that you learn these abilities, but learn how to use them appropriately. There is a little planet I've been eyeing for a while called Earth. It's been going through a bit of turmoil lately. I would like to send you there for a little to see how you handle using your newfound powers. Newfound powers and gifts. Unless, of course, you'd like to try and take on Lord Beerus again. This would be what, your 5th time? It's because Beerus now, as they get stronger, his naps probably last less because like, ooh, I can't wait to see where they're at next. They are getting stronger, and I'm getting more interested. And so I say, we're nowhere near there for that yet. But all right, fine. Send us to this Earth. Very well. I'll come pick you up when you're done. Unless, of course, you find it habitable and a new place to live. No, I want to continue training. Well, very well then. And so he sends them, and they pop on Earth. And so that is where we're going to end part 1. It's a short part 1, admittedly, because I'm low on battery and I've already had to do 2 videos prior. Plus, my voice is starting to go. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll be back next Saturday with the next part of this. Until then, thanks for watching. See you later.